Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a brand new broadcast. This is something brand new that we're going to be doing. Well, not really me. I am not going to be a part of it. I'm going to play silent producer within the next couple of minutes. So, the last Thursday of every month, I am going to bring Nadine on my channel. She is going to be doing makeup tutorials and chatting, and I am going to be nowhere around. So, without any further delay, please subscribe to her Twitter, her YouTube channel, MultiFACEted with Nadine. And without any further delay, Nadine, it's your show. So enjoy. I'll see you.
Great, thanks.
You're welcome.
All right. Hi, everybody. So I always say I'm going to organize my things before I start, but do I? No, I do not. But I'm trying. So recently I had gone to Ulta. My last live I did the new KVD Beauty, well, the concealer's new, the Good Apple concealer and the Good Apple foundation, because I keep seeing on Instagram, like, it's so amazing, everything's so great. Oh, and I pinned this up just because, like, I wanted it out of the way, so if it looks a little crazy, I'm not going to recurl my hair yet. Anyway, so the foundation itself is about $40 and the concealer is like $28. Hey. So yeah, so I spent like $70 on this concealer and foundation, where last week it ended up being like super yellow on my skin. And I was like, all right, I tried it out, and I went and I got another color and I tried it again and it was still yellow, and I went like 2 shades darker. So I ended up just returning it. I was like, I'm not trying for a third time. That's not what we're going to do. So I picked up a couple things. They had buy 2 get 1 free of the Makeup Revolution, and I've been liking their stuff. I really hadn't gotten into it ever until I got one palette a little while ago. So I got the Blur Stick. That's a primer, which I wanted the tiny one because I'm like, this is huge. Like, I don't know how you would use all of that, but the little one wasn't part of the deal. So I also got this. This one is the Liquid Powder Pore Blurring Makeup Serum. I picked up these shadows, but I'm not going to use them today. They were ColourPop shadows. And then I picked up this Makeup Revolution Roxy. It's actually a Roxasaurus highlight and contour palette. I do have a couple highlighters. As far as contouring, if you watch, I basically just used dark skin makeup because I think bronzers and contours cost too much money, so I don't buy them. All I had done today, I did have bright pink lips on when I went to work, and that was it. So I think what I want to do, because I got this nice cute bodysuit from Express, but I gotta show you something, because I was like, oh, I went to Target and I'm gonna buy these leggings that I had already, but they were too big. So look at this. I went to the self-checkout, and yeah, so that's there. So I just gotta take them back tomorrow. But yeah, so it's like, well, I did some crazy, like, bigger brows the other day, which I liked. It was okay. Whatever's in this tag or something is like itching me. So sorry if I keep itching my back. But it wasn't something I would do like every day. But I think just for the heck of it, I'll do it today. And I was like, well, the top is kind of like 80s-ish. It feels like 1984 today. So I know. I was like, I put them on, or right before I got them out of the bag, I was like, they have the doodad on them. So, oh, I forgot, I got these too. ColourPop liquid liners. So I had a white one. I think I lost it. I got a pink one, which I never tried, and I got a black one. And these are like $8 each, which really isn't too bad, and I think they work pretty well. So let's do the brows. Now this, I don't know if they sell it anymore, and the funny thing about this is I had no idea how to use it. The only reason I bought it was a set from Target, and it came with this brush. This is the only reason I bought it. I wanted this glitter. So it's like a glitter eyebrow set. So I just wanted the glitter. And then I was like, oh, it's the e.l.f. Electric Mood Toflo. And I was like, oh, it's brow wax. And then when I was like, why? What is this? Like, what? I just thought it was like hardened and gross. Little did I know, then I started watching, like, I have this weird hair here in my face. I started watching something on Instagram, and it's like hard, but you're supposed to like put water on it or something to activate it. I was like, look at, see, I don't know everything. So I'm going to go and just do the bigger eyebrows. I've also been letting mine grow in right here. I have not had hair there in like a million years. So I'm going to try. Oh, thank you. It's one of my favorites. I love like big fun necklaces like this. This one was like really expensive, but I think I got it on like clearance. But what's cool about this one is like this whole part, like this whole bottom part actually detaches. So you can wear it like this, or you can just wear like this pink choker part by itself. And I was like, well, it matches everything. So we'll do that. So in order to use the brow, I guess like a brow wax, what I've been doing is using this spray. This I got it from CVS, the Heritage Store, Rosewater, and Glycerin facial mist. So I take this, I have to do it off camera because I don't want to spray it all over my stuff because I think that's gross. So I just kind of wet the tip of the little brush and then take it on here, and then you just kind of scrape it around. Now, one of my services at my job, because I'm an esthetician, I do brow laminating, which is basically what this is, but it's a little more like permanent. It lasts about 4 to 6 weeks. This obviously washes off. But if you notice, if you see like my brow shape in general is thin, I could have them grow in here, but I hate it. I like having more space where I'm doing my makeup and my eyeshadow can go, because like this part of my eye, I have hooded eyes, so you can't see what's going on here. So I need to make up for it up here. So anyway, if you take this and it's just like a wax and you brush it up, okay, it makes you have eyebrows. So then you just have to keep like brushing and shaping them, and then they stick up. Now right now mine are really long, but I'm not going to cut them anyway. But if you fluff them up, it's basically like glue. Like I've tried using glue and it's just gross. But see, thank you. Yeah, it's really crazy. So then what I'll do is just keep combing until it feels like tacky, and then just kind of start to bend the ones toward the outside down, because right here you can see like there's a little point there, but you could fill it in. So since these hairs are really thick here, what I'll do is I'll take the middle part of the brush and just smush it against my skin, and then they're flattened. And then I'll just kind of brush them a little bit more. So it's kind of like the bushy, like Brooke Shields eyebrows of the 80s. But it's that whole like funky brow look that a lot of the chicks are doing these days. And then look. Wait. Hey, thanks. I hate how these lights are like so bright. And then when I get close, you can't really see. Let me see. I have so many, like, I needed some sort of like electrical engineer in here too. There we go. So yeah, there's that one compared to that one. So there we go. Oops, I pressed the wrong button. You guys know I'm not like super technical with this stuff. I'm just screwing up all over the place. Okay, that's better. All right, so then we'll go in, and when it dries, it kind of feels like you have like Elmer's glue on them, but it's not like really bad. So I'm going to go in doing the same thing. I sprayed my brush, and then just want to comb them up. Basically just distribute the product onto the brows, and then I'll spin the brush if I need to like, if it feels like it's not wet enough, then just to get like a little bit more of that spray. But I found if they're too wet that it's like really, it's just not good. It doesn't work out good. Let me turn this up one more. There we go. So yeah, if they're too wet, it was like really strange. And I was like, ugh. But I thought it was a different look. And I was like, well, something different. I have done, so like I mentioned with work, I'll do brow laminating. And what that does is I will do this procedure with a glue that basically washes off, and then use a solution, which is pretty much just like perm solution. And I'll do it right here and then bring it up to the end. So you let it sit on for a little bit, and then you go in with another solution, which is the neutralizer, and then that locks it in. So instead of having to sit there and comb your brows up and do all of this work, basically all you'd have to do is get some brow gel and just go with this little brush and go beep, 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 and then like they stay. So it's less work, more expensive, but I have a lot of clients that they just have really thin eyebrows, and they really like, see, now this one's stuck. How am I only on 20% battery already? What the heck? All right, let me plug in my phone. Every Thursday, and I even explained to my one client, I was like, I'll get out at like 6:30 today. You know, maybe it'll be a little bit of a calmer day. It was a bit more calm. I didn't have to pick up my son from practice, so that was good. All right, I'm going to get a little more of this because it's stuck here. So I'm going to try and reactivate the solution, and then just because they're so long, so they're sticking up like crazy. It doesn't look as bad on camera, like that they're long, than in real life. In real life, I don't know, maybe it's just like shocking to me, but I want them to just, this left one goes really good. Like that goes really, really good. All right, let's try this one again, just to kind of, and I like to bring it more like this way. I colored them in the other day, like a lot. Was it? Oh, no, it wasn't Sunday. I don't know. I don't know what day what is anymore. So that is just how it goes. And I think I'm kind of okay with that, because everything in the world is a disaster. So whatever. I'm just going to live my life, man. I don't care. It's just how it's going to go. Now, these ones like to stick out real crazy because they haven't grown on my face since like 1994. So, so yeah. But anyway, the other day when I did this, I filled them in like pretty heavily. Today, I don't think I'm going to do that, because if I'm going to go for like an 80s type look, they really did not fill them in heavily. So, or really at all. All right, I think we're good with that. And to be honest, that actually takes less time than my normal brow routine, so that's good. I gotta turn this up more. All right, there we go. So what's everybody up to today? Anything fun and exciting going on? Just in life in general. We're supposed to be getting like a boatload of snow, potentially. There were like 10,000 people at Sam's Club getting gas when I was on my way home from Target today. And I'm like, are you all getting gas because of the snow? Because like, really, if you get stuck at home, because of the snowstorm, like, what are you going to use gas for? Hey! So yeah, I was like, I don't understand that. Or some people might be getting gas just for God only knows whatever reason. Anyway, because I returned that foundation that I was talking about, the one that I'm going to use is the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Foundation. Yeah, I know. It has. I think my week may indeed be over starting tomorrow. The kids don't have school at all. So, because they called and they were like, oh, school is closed tomorrow. And I'm like, I'm confused. Like, is it closed? Do we still have virtual school? Like, I don't understand. They should have just said, like, there's no school at all, like virtual or otherwise. And then I had to go research on the Facebook page, and it was like, we have a traditional snow day. So now we call them traditional snow days because they don't do it virtually. Something's on this and it's poking me in the back. I apologize. I'm just going to have to deal with it. Okay, so I always have my son wet my makeup sponge. I think he's starting to get sick of it. He's like, can you do me a favor, buddy? No, I don't want to. And I'm like, come on. So what I'll do is I'll take this and just put like a little bit on there. And then I'm just going to do what I normally do here. And I'm going to go around my brows. Hello. All right. And that is that. Just so that I have something for any type of like brow powder or brow stuff that I use to stick to. All right, next I'm going to do, because I always do my eyes first, just in case I did anything like too dark or whatever. So when it falls here, I could wipe it off and not have to wipe off the makeup too. I think for this look though, I'm going to do something I don't usually do. Because I don't think about it until after. So a lot of times to make my eyes look like a little bigger, or at least the lashes more dense, I'll line like underneath these lashes. So in order to do that, you kind of have to just like open your eyeball. And then I usually use a pencil liner, but I'm going to use this liquid liner and see how it goes. Just go right on the lashes. And that's it. It like grosses my daughter out. She's like, ew, you're like ripping your eye out. And I'm like, dude, I'm not ripping my eye out. It's quite all right. But you don't want to like pull too hard because you don't want to like give yourself wrinkles. Like over time, it will stretch your eyelid too much. I mean, not considering the fact that like when I was a kid, I used to like flip my eyelids. I was one of those kids that flipped the eyelids and like freaked everybody out, which was even more fun because like being a chick and doing that, it was awesome, freaking people out. So yeah, I liked it. All right. Oh, I think what I'm going to do as far as the eye look goes, I'm going to try, because I've really been in love with doing like the dramatic like wing type look, but I'm going to try using this pink. So like, for example, here is the pink, and then there's the black that I just used. It's not super bright, but I think that I can add to it if I wanted to. So we're just going to see what happens. And I should probably move this forward a little bit. Oh man, that sucks. I'm sorry you can flip them. I know there was a trick being a kid. That's how I learned how to do it. The one kid told me that you pull your eyelid out and then you stick your finger in it and then like push it back. Hey, it worked. I don't know. And then later on I figured out how to do it a different way. Here, let me try and move this a little closer and see. Because I like everybody to see like my whole, I think that's a little better. It just goes a little far away on here compared to my stuff. But I like everybody to see like the whole thing. So anyway, all right. So let's try this pink. Oh, I need the primer first. I'm getting ahead of myself. I got this primer. I used it last week, the Juvia's Place Eye Prep Primer. I like it. The P. Louise primer is a little thicker. And the weird thing is, like, this is doing the same thing that the P. Louise one did. I have to look it up and see what is going on. I thought the old one I had was just because, like, it was old. But, like, this is new. So why is it... Oh, there you go. I can't do it now, but I could take my hands like this and then do it, and then it'll work. It would be funny because I would be like, oh no. And then I was like 3rd grade. And be like, oh, I don't know. And then like pretend you're crying or something and then do this and then like freak everybody out. It's great. But anyway, I think it just like separates. So I got to remember to like mix it. And then I got this brush from Big Lots. The girl at Big Lots was like, those brushes work awesome. And I was like, cool. Good to know because they're only $5. But I don't think they're all that great. Not for eyeshadow. Like this one works pretty good to do this base, but for blending, they didn't work that great. That's like my boss said. He was like, what does she know? She works at Big Lots. And I was like, you never know. You never know. Well, I'm going to have to tell her that she should watch my channel. Which I just thought about yesterday. My business cards for work. I need to get like a stamper or something because I didn't think about it. All right, so put this one on this eye. It always looks crazy when I just do the eyes. They're so like white. I like the light color though because it shows up the shadow more. But yeah, I need a stamper or something to put my YouTube channel like on the back. I didn't think about it when I was making them, so. All right, so we're just going to make sure we cover all over. I'm not using my little skinny brush that this guy that I usually use all the time. I don't even know where it went because I was like, oh, here it is. I usually use this to do under here, but because we're doing them a little fluffier, I'm probably not going to have like such a harsh line underneath because I might need to draw in little hairs. Okay, so I'm going to just blend this out because if I take the shadow out that way, and then most of the time I come in this close to my nose, but I end up erasing it anyway. Not a big deal. All right, so let's try this pink and see how that works. So what you want to do is start like looking straight at the mirror, and then right at the very high point of your eyelid, try and draw as straight out as you can, which I think on one of the videos I did this too, but maybe you haven't seen one of those. Okay, so, all right, then connect that line out. And if you have, like right here, you see how my eye doesn't match up, like it's not flat. And then just kind of go as straight out as you can. And then from the bottom up and make a little triangle. And if it got messed up, like in there, it doesn't matter because you're going to color it in, or even on the outside. That doesn't matter either. So then we're going to come out straight across. Pretend like the crease in your eye doesn't exist. That's a pretty 80s color, I'd say. And same thing here. Pretend this little crease doesn't exist. And if you screw up a bit, you can always clean it up in the end. All right, so now we got 2 little triangles. And then we're going to go in and then color those in. Not sure how this is working for coloring them in. I don't think I like it. So I might switch to something else, just stick with this here. Because you can't see. Wait, I wish I knew how to like work cameras so then I could freaking be zoomed in on this, because it's annoying to not be able to see. So I apologize, but basically what this particular issue is that I'm experiencing is if you are trying to use a dry marker. If you've ever used markers ever in your life and you've used a dry marker and then you get like lines, it's not actually coloring anything in. It's not behaving like paint. It's just, which I would assume it should, but that's okay. All right, I'm just going to go in and touch the outside line. I saw something blank. I don't know what that was, but that's okay. And your eyes aren't ever symmetrical, so like this eye, I kind of have to draw down a little bit more. To match this side. It's like, okay. I'm just not used to looking in this screen, so apologize if I start looking crazy. All right, and then I'm just going to take this and I'm just going to tap it on my lash line just to get that pink color filled in. I'm just really obsessed with this. Thank you. I am a freaking perfectionist, so I'll sit here forever and be like, that is not even. Okay. So what I did then was take this and then just draw the line down. So see how I didn't completely fill in that triangle? I at least got like the base going. So that's all I need. Now, I could probably use, let me see real quick. Let me see like what pink I want to do super quick here. Okay. Okay, we're going to use the Jeffree Star Jawbreaker palette. And I'm going to go over that pink with this one. It's Cotton Candy. I was going to use this Makeup Revolution palette that I got last week, but I'm like, I just used that one last week, so let's try a different one. Now let's see if I can find a brush that's not scummy. And if you've not seen me before, I know I'm semi-disorganized, but on the same hand, I also have like a lot of things that go on in my life. So cleaning my makeup brushes the night before I do this is not something that happens often, if at all. Okay, so this is just a little kind of like a stiff bristled brush. And I'm going to go in the side and put it just the side into that color. I'm going to tap it off. And then I'm just going to go over what I did with the liquid liner. So all I'm going to do is tap into the color, tap it on something else, and then just really just pressing it onto where I did that pink. For sure. I don't think I'll ever be organized. Ever since I was a kid, I always like envied organized homes or like stuff like that. And I'm like, I mean, do I like it when my house is clean? Well, has it ever been organized? No. But do I like it when it's clean? Yeah. I mean, like real clean, super nice clean. But like it doesn't last long. It's like it lasts for literally a day when you have kids. Not even. Like, I'll be like, oh, guess what I did today? I didn't have work and I decided I was going to clean this floor and I was going to clean this whole living room. And then guess what happens? Nightmares. So, if my floor is a little dirty, a little longer than it should be, that's okay, because then it saves my sanity from being like, I just cleaned that damn floor. So, yeah. One of these days, you know what I always thought would be cool? I was like, you know what? Maybe I'll never be organized in my life, but you know what would be super cool? Like if I had enough money that I would like have a house that's like just has nothing in it but like nice furniture, and this is just like a lip balm because my lips feel dry. Just nice furniture that looks like it was like in a catalog and nothing else, and then there's like the real house that's like the fucking train wreck. I think that would be awesome. Hey. So yeah, I think that is like the goal. All right, so do I have anything? I like these colors, but I don't want to do like a pastel pink. I have this purple called Bite Me. It looks grapey. That one would be kind of cool to use in this too. But I like going darkest to lightest. So let me just look really quick because I need to find something that'll blend. Well, I guess we'll use the Revolution one that I used last week just for this pink vacay. So I'm going to go in with that, just dip it, and then just kind of pop it right in here. Oh yeah, that'll work. Actually, it's brighter than the other color, but that's okay. So we're going to go in and put that there. And then just bring it down. So you're kind of making like a little funky shape here. I don't know whose friggin' dog that is. One of the neighbors, but it's like, it's barking all the time. I'm like, shut up, dude. Like, my God, like, what are you barking at? There's like no freaking animals out there because it's still winter. Some dogs just like to bark just to bark, I think, for real. All right, well, I do like to, I think that purple might work out cool underneath. I think that's what we're going to do. We'll make that underneath. What other color do I need with this pink? Because just the pink is by itself is boring. Well, you know what I never really do? Yellow. So we could do that. I don't really ever do a yellow. I've done pinks and blues. I think pink, yellow, and purple would go good. It's kind of like a Mardi Gras type of thing. Oh my God, my kids saw the Mardi Gras cake with the baby inside of it at the store the other day. I'll never forget the first time I saw that. It says like non-edible baby inside. And I'm like, why the hell is there a baby in this cake? And then people were like, I guess it's good luck if you get the piece of cake with the baby in it. The little plastic baby. Okay, so I'm going to do, this is all stained from when I made the blood from Halloween. This one is called Wow. So I'm going to do that one in the inner corner. And then I'm going to go to Lemon Drop, which is more of a shimmer, and go to the pink there. But I'm going to do that Wow first, only because I don't want to pick up any shimmer on the inside because it's brighter. So let's just throw that in here. You know what? Maybe if I'm off, I don't really have anything going on this weekend. I think maybe I'll dig in my closet, because what I really, speaking of like doing 80s type of stuff, what I really want to do is dig out my old Barbies and recreate their makeup. So be like, hey, look at this Barbie in the rockers, and then like do her makeup. I think that would be really cool. And then even like not crazy ones, but just the Barbies from back in the day had like really cool makeup. So okay, this didn't turn out as bright as I wanted it to. So see, when I put it on the primer, it's still yellow, but not yellow yellow. That's okay. All right, let's see. Just to get this here connected down, I'm going to go into this bubblegum color. My brother's girlfriend was helping, like, one of the neighbors, she had a bunch of old dolls, and she sent me this Barbie. She's like, this Barbie looks like you. And I'm like, oh my God, I love that Barbie. She had to be from at least the 70s. And I guess she said, like, she looked it up online and she was worth like $200. I was like, I don't have $200 to be paying for that Barbie, but whatever. But she was cute. I just couldn't find what her name was. All right, there we go. Oh my God, puppy, be quiet. Like, honestly, that looks cool. Like, literally, if I had a dog that was barking like that, it would piss me off so bad that I would be like, shut the hell up, and I'd be bringing him in the house. Like, why are you gonna let him just out there barking? And it's always when I'm up here at 9 p.m. They must just be like, hey, doggy, go outside and bark and bother everybody. What if you gotta go to bed at 9? Oh my God, if I had to go to bed at 9 o'clock and then that puppy was barking, nope. I did that once. I was thinking about what I was saying. When I was, he might be. I mean, he's not crying, but he's like barking to bark. When I was pregnant with my daughter, and my cat had cancer. So I was just laying in bed and trying to fall asleep, and I was snuggled up under a blanket with him because it was like November and he had surgery. And these neighbors and mind you, it's like 1:30 in the morning too at this point. These neighbors I had were just so inconsiderate, and they would leave their dog outside for like hours. And I was just trying to sleep, and I'm just upset and I'm mad and I'm hormonal. And I went over their house. They did not answer the door, but I went over their house and I was like pounding on their door. And I walked away. I'm like, shut your fucking dog up. Like, honestly, though, God. Plus, why are you going to leave them outside for that long in the cold? It is freezing outside, and you're leaving your doggy outside for that long. Like, you can't do that. Poor things. Okay, so we're going to do the brighter yellow, and I'm going to fill in this little hole here. So it kind of turns into like a paint by numbers type of thing. So, well, not brighter. I thought that one was brighter, but this one was more shimmery. I think they kind of ended up looking the same after I put them on. Maybe in photos you can tell that they're a little different, but it does not look different to me. All right, so I'm going to go and just, I kind of like the fact, like usually I'll try to blend more, but I kind of am digging the fact that it's not blended really with the pink. And it's just got like a little smidge of the yellow popping on there. So that's kind of cool. if we do get like a pretty lot of snow, I hope my kids go outside and play. It sucks. Like this time of year is kind of just crap. Like if you don't have snow, there's nothing to do. Like you can't, what are you going to do with, what are you going to do outside in ice? Nothing. Like it's just gross. And then afterwards, like, I'll be like, why don't you guys go outside? Like I know they could ride their bikes and stuff, but also can't play on the swings or anything because the yard's like a friggin' swamp until June. So it's like, I feel bad. I don't want them to be on their like phones and shit for that long. All right, that's pretty good. We're just having some fun today. We're not worrying about any type of destination here. So if we're having fun, we're going to go really funky with this then. That's what we're going to do. Because really, if I was in the 80s, do you think I would hold back? No. Do you think hold back? No. Now? No. Okay, I'm going to save this on the side for that purple. Oh, I thought I had a better silver. I don't think this one. Do I have... Sorry, I'm just trying to think if I have something like sticky, because like that looks good. Okay, thanks. Thank you, I appreciate it. Let's see. I tried sharpening this, by the way, on this sharpener that I have that's supposed to sharpen big pencils, and it didn't work. This is just like a white crayon, but I thought that maybe it would be sticky enough. Okay, so well, since that's not going to work, we're going to use that glitter that I was talking about earlier. So let's do that. So I'm going to take the brush that came with the eye stuff. I'm going to pick up a little bit of the glitter, which actually kind of dried out a little bit, but it's not bad. But it's super fun. Like, what? Okay. I tried looking up stuff online for like cameras to use or like something for makeup videos to make them look better, and I can't find a damn thing. And I was like, oh, okay, so I just gotta like wing it here. Okay. And I think that worked better than that silver, because I am all about some sort of iridescent glitter over just silver. Can't really see it. I'm sorry. But I saw this mirror that I thought maybe recorded while you were putting makeup on, because I would rather be able to like look straight, put my stuff on, and like everybody be able to see it. And it doesn't record anything. It's like $250, and all it is a fancy mirror that has Bluetooth capabilities. For what? To snap a picture on your camera, which doesn't make sense to me, because you can just get a freaking shutter and do that. It came with my ring light for $20 from Amazon. Oh yes, we're just definitely gonna do this. That is it. I wonder if the light... See, I need the light bright so I can see, but then it's like, can everybody else see? No. Oh well. All you need to know is that I tried. And if you, well, on the cover photo, I'll also put that, but if you follow me on any of my social media, then you will see the picture when I'm done too, of what it looks like. So until I figure out some sort of solution for my camera setup. That's where we're at. So I'm going to just get a little bit of wine because I'm going to be probably home tomorrow anyway. So then I saw this one and it said 100% Cabernet. And I'm like, where are all these like different Mondavis coming out? Like, I thought if you bought Cabernet, it's supposed to be like Cabernet. What is this 100% stuff? I'm not sure. All right, so I'm going to go and just color in with my foundation that white spot here because I kind of don't want that there. I'm just like slowly waiting for summer too. Like impatiently waiting for summer. I'm not a fan of the cold at all. Okay, so I got like a little darker, which is good. Let me get this right here. Good. Good, good, good. It's actually going quite quickly today, which is pretty nice. I mean, I don't like it to be a million hours long, but also like, thanks. Cheers back. I thought I didn't have any wine glasses left, but I found this one. Oh, I found this one in my curio. It is not a red wine glass. I know that, but whatever. Okay, let's go in and before I do under my eyes, where's the brow stuff? So this is one of the pencils I got. I tried one last week and the color was too dark. This is one of the Benefit brow pencils and I'm just going to go in and just kind of darken up where I don't have any hairs and just drag, press down and just drag up just to color it in a bit. Cabernet's juicy juice. Oh, 10%. This is 13.5. So yeah, I wouldn't go like, yeah. Even 11% is kind of like, no. So I'm wondering if that's what some of them are. Like there was one that I saw and I was like, why does this not have, it didn't even have like the percentage on it. And I'm like, that doesn't make any sense. So it was probably just not as strong. So yeah, that's the thing too, where it's like a lot of those, I mean, not a lot of people like to, you know, drink. So if they go for something that's a lower alcohol percentage, like cool, but I don't know. Oh, here's the brow stuff I was looking for. It depends on the day. That's the only thing with these, with doing my brows like this. All right, I'm going to just go in and I'm just going to draw a couple little hairs. I actually have, like white eyebrow hairs because I've been pulling them out for so freaking long. I don't get color in them anymore. That's kind of cool. All right, so I'm just going to just keep going. This is kind of like an eyeliner, but it's like a dark brown, so it's for your brows. So I'm going to keep going and just kind of lightly kind of sort of draw hairs where there's space. So like I said, the last time I did this the other day, I used powder and it looked cool, but we're going to Okay. All right. So see, just kind of like fluffy little lines on them. Under eye. I told one of my clients about this concealer today because I told her about the KVD stuff, and I was like, I really want to get it, and she's like, oh, and I'm like, yeah, because I watched Instagram and I think I was like duped into buying it. And I was like, well, I mean, everybody does have their opinion and things don't work for, what is that? Things work different for everybody's skin. Oh my gosh. What? Sorry. All right, and then here. I only put eye cream on underneath this. And then while I do the under eye, I'm going to try this, the Pro Blur Stick. And I'm only going to do it like right here on my cheeks. This is so strange. And my nose. Here. Here. My forehead. Maybe like here. Okay. It's very, I don't know. It feels like you're just it even feels like deodorant, like on my face. Yeah, you know what? I'll do under here too. It's very strange to apply. That's why I wanted the smaller one. I wonder if using a brush would help. Oh, while I'm thinking about it, I don't even know why it came to mind. Well, it looks like it did a pretty good job at like blurring out the pores, so that's cool. I know that last week I had also mentioned about things going on with my thyroid, and so definitely, I don't know when it's going to be, but the doctor said it'll probably be in like a month or a month and a half, because all of their I don't know, the ORs are all crazy apparently, so that'll have to get surgery to get like not half of it out, but he was like, well, it'll be like this part, and then I'm not going to take the middle. And I'm like, okay, so you're going to take like a third of it. And he's like, well, and he was like, yeah, a third. And I'm like, good. I'm glad I know fractions. So, so we will see when that happens. All right, where is the big guy here? All right, so let's do this. And then this powder I got as a sample when I got my Brave On Diamond Eyes powder, and I really like it. It's their The Eraser Tinted Diffusion Powder. But who's dancing? So I'm going to dip. I just sprinkled it in my hand because it's a little guy. Thank you. I know. And I even said to the guy, I was like, he's like, well, when is a good time? Or I don't even know how he put it. He put it something like, when do you think is a good time to do this? Or like something like, you want to schedule this around my, oh yeah, I'm sorry. I got confused. Yeah, you're right. Oh my God. So I was like, I'm not sure. I said, well, the one thing is like, I don't want to have surgery on my birthday. I'm like, because I literally just had my appendix out on Christmas. Like, I don't need to get my thyroid out on my birthday. And then he like looked at my chart and he was like, oh, your birthday's coming up. And I was like, yeah. So he's like, no, it probably won't be until, he's like, what about April or May? And I'm like, just as long as it's not my kid's birthday either, then we'll be okay. So I don't know when. Scheduling is supposed to call me. But all right, so I'm going in and I'm just like slapping this stuff on here. So we'll see how it goes. It just makes me nervous. Like, I don't know, stomach surgery doesn't bother me. It's just because it's my neck. And I know, like, before my gram passed and I told her about it and she was like, it's not a big deal. Like, she had it done before, but it's just like, there's just spots in your neck. As far as like your vocal cords and nerves and stuff like that. So he's like, you know, it's not like a huge chance. And I'm like, okay, well, I mean, if it needs to get done, it needs to get done. Yeah, I know, right? Well, I don't have a gallbladder either, so. But I will say, I definitely know that. I mean, I know I have problems with the thyroid because, like, I could feel it. And that's what he said. He was like, well, are you in pain or whatever? I'm like, not like immensely. I'm like, but I also have a higher pain threshold than most people. So, you know, I'm like, it gives me some pain, like when I'm trying to sleep and stuff. The gallbladder, though, that was crappy. That was like, well, in the appendix too. But that was quicker. The gallbladder was like, lasted longer. I think I actually had gallbladder issues for years, but just wasn't aware of it. Because I think when I was pregnant with my son, I was having gallbladder attacks, but I just thought it was like gas or something. So yeah, I'm just like, oh, okay, let's do that. Okay, so we did that there. Let's go in with that color that I was talking about before, that purple, Bite Me. Do I have brown on this? No. So I'm just going to use this little flat, kind of fat brush and go into that shimmery purple. I'm going to go right here. And we're going to get a little more extreme than I usually would, but just going to match it up with the tail on there. It looks a little harsh now, but once it sits in there and then I blend it in, it'll be good. And I have a little bit of like a white space on the outside here, but I think that looks kind of cool, so I might leave it. I might fill it in. It's always when you're going that you kind of like realize like, oh, maybe I could put another color here or another color there, and then you just kind of keep going, and then all of a sudden you have 15 colors on your eyes. And then we're just going to go up just a bit. Alright, that's good. I just want to blend out that bottom part just a smidge. I ordered a bunch of new palettes yesterday, so that'll be fun. Oh, look at, I was like, I want to just add something to where that white spot is, and that just happened. So that's okay, because you know what? If that happens, then that just means it was meant to be. And then we just take the other side up and then drag that up too. And that's it. Because especially with a look like this, like because we're kind of just getting nuts with it, you really don't have to be too precise. Like, I just kind of go with it. Like, oh, what's going to happen here? And just... All right, so I think I'm going to connect that pink. Now that I said there was that blank space, but we're going to just go in and then do that. That works. And then connect up there. I don't know who my kid is talking to. He started playing Fortnite. And then he's like telling me about these kids. I'm like, who the hell is that? He's like, oh, it's so-and-so's friend. And I'm like, okay. I mean, I think it's cool that you're like meeting up with like new friends online, but I don't know who the heck these kids are. Okay. I think that went pretty well. Just don't like this right here. It went down a little far, and whatever's going on with the color is just kind of eh. I just thought about it too after I'm done, before I take my pictures. I got new eye drops at Target today because I used my bottle yesterday, and I'm like, where the heck did they go? And I'm like, I guess I used them that much. I used the Lumify eye drops because like doing all the eyeshadow, it gets in my eyes and it burns. So it makes them super red. Okay, I think that's good. Let's do the mascara. I don't have my favorite mascara. I have to wait for it to get, I don't know, I ordered it, but I don't know when it's coming, so I have to see. I really need it though. I'm like using this one and it's okay, but this other one that I got like pulls my eyebrows, or my eyelashes out. I always keep forgetting about these. So when I'm using it, it's good, but when I wash it off, I want it to come off with my face wash. Like, I don't want to have to use a face wash, a micellar water, eye makeup remover. So I just want to use one thing and then my toner and get all of it off my face. Like, that's it. You know what I'm getting? I'm getting 80s vibes from this, but I'm also getting like legit, I'm getting trapeze artist from these eyes and like this necklace. And one of the circuses that comes around here, like we used to always go see when we were little. And it's not an expensive circus either. Like, it's pretty cheap and it's cute, but I swear they always had, and even like the huge hair, they'd have like a little like onesie thing on. I'm like, yep, this is what we got going on here today. And when they come, I'm just gonna run off with them. That's all. I'll be like, listen, ladies, I can do your makeup, no problem. You won't have to do it yourself ever again. Look at my skills. And then just run away with the circus and do makeup. Yay! That's what we're gonna do. Alright, so I don't think that turned out too bad. That looks cute. Let's see what this is about. I didn't even open it yet, so this is exciting. Let's hope we don't get disappointed, kids. My nose is like, ugh, too, because of this stupid weather. It's like 60 one day, and then it's like last night, I was like, oh, I just need this sweater on. And then I went outside, and I was like, holy hell. Oh, this is a cute package. That is pretty. Oh, the little cover thing. Okay. So we have, wait, what side am I on? So we have 4 contour colors and then 4 highlighters. So this one's like a yellowy. Then we got this lavender. This one's like a bronzy. And then, I'm not used to it being backwards. And then this one is like a light bronze. Let's see what we do with the contour. I'm excited. I never had like anything that was specifically for contouring. So let's see how it works. Let me just get my foundation on my forehead because I always do that after my mascara, only because like raising the eyebrows after you've put your foundation on your forehead, you're going to put more creases in it. So okay, and then I'm going to just put some of this back in my hand. Really? You're going to come in here while I'm doing this. You better not take forever. There's my cat. And unfortunately, I have to have a cat box in this room. So one day I shall have a bigger house and I'll have to worry about kitties coming in. Until then, Spooky, do what you need to do and then like leave. Okay? Yeah, please. Don't look at me like I don't know you're there. Like, I see you. All right, I'm going to do, before I do the contour, I'm going to do the Brave on the Diamond Eyes powder. I'll just kind of put it in these little areas right here. Just where it gets dark. And I'm going to wipe it off, but I'm just kind of doing like that baking thing, but with the lavender powder instead. All right, so let's do that. All right, let me see. I'm going to do, oh, these are really smooth. All right. So I did see, this is the lightest one, next to lightest. That was actually the darkest, and then that's the next to darkest. I'm going to play it safe, and I'm going to try the lightest one first. I'm just going to use this little brush and go into this lightest one. So let's see. Okay, that does nothing. So that one is not for me, but because I did it on one side, I have to do it on the other side. I'd say this is closest to what I've been using, so I'm going to do that. I'm going to use the side of the brush though, because that way I can get more of a sideways effect, like a chiseling effect. Okay, so we're just going to go right here with that. Okay, and then we're just going to blend up. I try my best not to get too close to like my mouth area with the contour, just because it seems like it drags it down more. But it's so hard because of my face shape. Because then it gets right in here. And I'm like, I try to keep you out of there. But I guess that's just how it goes. I mean, I don't know. Why would I just wanted to like make my cheeks look different. But whatever, because you're supposed to go to like where your back teeth go, and like that's where I go, so it's just the shape of my face. I think it blends pretty good. Like, I don't want to use a lot. I just want to kind of blend it and then see how much I really need to use. Now, see, that side looks like I get a little crazier with the blending. All right, let's do that. And then the one time I was like, oh, people are using foundation and like cutting lines out for the contour, and I can't do it because it looks weird. But then after I did it the one day, because it does give me, it does make my jaw stick out a little bit more. But honestly, after I did it the one day, I was like, whoa, I was like, that actually looks kind of like nice. So I'm just going to go in and just like that, just kind of erase that whole blurred out like mess down here. So we're going to go here and just follow that right up. So let's see. I think that worked pretty good. I did not have to go in 2 times or 3 times to put that color on. And then when I use this, hello, hey, Daniel, did you just get a notification at 10 o'clock again? I need to find out if that's the case, why. Hello. See, I asked. Okay, I got to find out what the deal is. I don't understand why. See, now everybody's coming in at 10 o'clock and I'm like, oh, I'm just trying to, wow, that's really cool. I have not had like the other stuff that I had. That's the shape that I like wanted to make. It's weird though, because you know what I see in the camera is not what I see in real life. Like, it does not look that defined or that like bright in real life. And I can't see right here. No. What? Oh yeah. Did you put them on? I don't know what the heck why it does that. Okay, maybe that'll work. And it looks like my head's crooked too, I think, because I'm trying to look and then it's like, okay. Yeah, because they show up an hour after I've been on. So it's really strange. All right, let's see. I'm actually really impressed. The only thing is I can't see. Is it here? Like this like point. It's so hard doing it on yourself, not looking. All right, that's good enough. That's it. It is. What the heck? All right, so since that one was pretty dark, I'm going to try my nose contour, but I'm going to use that not light shade that didn't show up, but like the medium-ish one. Okay. That's nice because it's not super dark. I want to say this palette was like $15 at Ulta too. So really not 50, maybe at most 20 for like 4 contour shades and then 4 highlighters. I don't think that's bad. And it's actually for some reason it's the texture. Like I've even used the Jeffree Star the Orgy palette, and it still didn't work as good. It's just something to do with the texture of these, that they're really light and they seem to just work on like your face skin. So yeah, cool. I'm excited about that. That's nice. Here's me for years. I'm not paying money for a contour palette. Well, also, I'm not paying like, oh, I don't know if you guys saw when I put up a post last week when I went to Ulta, and about the guy that was like asking me if I had like, oh, he just wanted food or whatever. So a friend of mine just Facebook messaged me and I only saw part of it, but she was like, I think the guy that approached you last week confronted me at my mom at Marshall's today and called us white trash. And I'm like, how nice is that? Going into the darker, not darkest one. I think that dark one, it would be definitely too dark for me right now. So, but yeah, I'm going to have to check that message and see what the heck happened. Okay, we're just doing that. Yeah. I think I know why you did that, because of the thing I said. I got suspended from Facebook from saying somebody was that one time. So sorry. Alright, I'm just gonna, I'm gonna just blend that, buff that line out. It's just a little too harsh. Do. Oh, for sure. Yeah. That is it. Okay, so we got that, and I think that turned out good. Let's do the highlight. Because of the pink and purple, I'm going to go into like the purpley highlighter. And I have my little brush. Maybe. My kid was like, I love your brush. And I'm like, dude, we used to get pens like this all the time. They're the most fun pens like in the world. Getting like glitter pens like that. Yay! Like at the book fair. You go to the book fair and get glitter pens, space posters. Freaking now they got all kinds of crazy stuff at the book fairs. I know, well, because of you know what, PTA duties have been pretty much put on hold. Like, I don't know, it's going to be March, and I signed up for my kid's school, and they were like, oh, you don't have to pay to do it or whatever, but like nobody emailed me, or I didn't get anything like a paper to say like we have meetings or anything like that. So anyway, I think that purple looks really nice. It's not too purpley. Like I have one that's pinkish and yellowish, and it's too pink and yellow. Yes. Like they were like gel pens before like gel pens became a thing, and they smelled like fruit. Yes. Or the little remember the pencils with the little plastic tips that if you push too hard, the plastic thing would shoot up, or the lead would shoot up into it. But then they also had the crayon ones that you would have to sit there, like, in order to get to like blue or green or purple, you have to sit there and like shove the other one through the back to like get to the next color. Like, we had patience when we were kids, and some of those I think smelled too. And you get like scratch and sniff stickers, stuff like that. I think for the blush, I'm just going to do the same thing that I did on the eyes. I'm going to do this one, the cotton candy color. I'm just going to use this brush here, swirl it around a little bit. But now they had like crazy things at the book fair, things that cost like $20. I don't remember things at the book fair costing $20. Like, there was sometimes when my daughter was in elementary school that when we did the book fairs, because you'd feel really horrible, there would be kids that would show up, you know, with like, I don't know, like $5 in change. And you're like, what do I do when this child wants this like journal that's like $20? So after like the first year, we were like, you know what? We're not going to put anything out that's like more than like $10, because I think I'm going to use this orchid type color. I think that'll be pretty instead of matching it to the eye color. But yeah, like, we didn't want any kids to feel bad. And there was times that we would even throw in a couple bucks, like if a kid only had like $5 and if something was $7. So yeah. The Goosebumps books. I used to read, actually this looks pretty cool like this. It kind of like went on its own here. My parents would only give me, like, I'd be like, oh, you know, we're all going to the mall. And my parents, if they gave me anything, would be like, oh, here's $5. What the hell are you going to get for $5? Actually, I think I'm going to do something extra while I'm talking about this. I'm just going to do this white, like, in here. And I'm like, what am I going to get for $5? So I would go to Walden's and I would get the R.L. Stine, the Fear Street books, because they were only $4.95. And I think, like, if I had some change, like, you know, oh, I think that worked out pretty good. So yeah, I would do that. Or we had a candy store called, hold on, I can't talk and do this at the same time. Okay, we had a candy store called Mr. Bulky, and they had, which was just like bulk candy, and they had Jelly Bellies, which was awesome. So I would just get like a pound of Jelly Bellies for like $4 and then walk around the mall eating my jelly beans. But yeah, like, you know, these kids would just have only a couple bucks and they'd want something for like $7. So there's a lot of times like a couple of us parents would like throw in $1 here or $1 there or whatever for them. So we just stopped putting out things that were like more than $10 because, you know, these kids really couldn't buy it. So it's unfair to have them see all this stuff that they can't buy. And I miss that. I miss doing the PTA stuff. Like, now my daughter's not gonna have a PTA. Yes, but I always liked them, but the papers always stuck to them. Is that the ones are you talking about? The ones on the paper? Paper was always stuck to them. Bubblicious was good. The best. Thank you. My favorite was like Blueberry Hubba Bubba. That one was like kick ass. I haven't seen blueberry bubblegum in like forever. Or the orange. It's probably why I have TMJ so bad now too, because I used to like literally, and you know those pieces aren't small, they're like this friggin' big. So you're like, you get this like chunk of bubble gum and put it in your mouth and chew, and you're kids, your mouth's small, right? So you like chew on this chunk of gum, but then I'm like, oh, it still has some flavor, but I want, oh, the grape was good. And I was like, it's running out of flavor. So like, what am I gonna do? So you shove another piece in your mouth. So then you're walking around like a freaking chipmunk with like a wad of gum in the side of your mouth. It's like 6 pieces of bubble gum just like hanging out in your mouth. But then you'd also have to like blow bubble tape. They still have bubble tape, but they don't have flavored bubble tape as far as I know. Like the only ones that I see is just regular. They do have fruit by the foot too. Fruit by the foot they still have too. They're good though. That was like basically a fruit roll up just in a long strip. There was, what was it now? There, oh my god. I could talk about candy. That's another idea I had too, because like I do love candy. So like maybe picking out like a candy and then like doing the look according to whatever it is, like something like that. Because like candies like that, I get like hot tamales. I just bought, oh man, I should have brought it up here. Some sort of like nerds gummies. They're like gummies, but they're covered in nerds. I got them at the big Jawbreaker, like the huge ones, or because like gobstoppers are one thing. I could chew them, by the way. But remember the Jawbreakers that would be in the little box that you get at the candy store for like 5 cents? Those things you could chew like nobody's business. People would be like, you're chewing those things? I'm like, they're not that bad. Good. I think that would be a cool idea too, Daniel. I was talking earlier about maybe recreating like old Barbie like looks, like their makeup and stuff. So I think that'd be a good one. So maybe switch it up like every other week, like maybe do a candy thing one week and like a Barbie thing the next week. Oh yeah, that was. I'm trying to think of another one. A candy. Oh, you know, there's so many candies that they need to bring back. Like it's disgusting. Do you remember Bonkers, the candy? They were like some sort of like they were a chewy candy, and then the inside was one flavor, and then the outside was like maybe the similar flavor, but sometimes they did it like opposite. Those were fun. Yeah, we could definitely do that. I think that would be a good idea. I would even do Gushers are good. I have a bunch in my cupboard. My kids don't like them. I don't know why. True story about Gushers. When my brother and I first moved into our first place that we lived. Yes, Nerds were definitely good. I used to love, my favorite was the 2-sided pack with the grape on one side and the strawberry on the other. It's hard to get certain sized candies anymore. Like, you know, I don't want a movie-sized box of something. So that's usually all they have, like, at the dollar store and stuff. There is actually a little deli in my hometown. I think that one worked out good. It's kind of like a mix between the pink and the purple, so I think that's kind of cool. But so that's done. But if red straws of licorice with candy in the middle, I think I had those, and it's like a smushy, not wet but like a smushy-ish sweet tart thing in the middle. And it's like a little tangy. Those are pretty good. Dude, what about... See, I could go on about candy. If you guys want to keep talking about candy, I'll keep talking about candy. Smarties are good. Chewy sweet tarts. Those things were like freaking bomb. And then they did have them years... I'm going to spray my hair here. They did have them years later, and they still have them. Like, I could find them at Sheetz sometimes and stuff. I was going to curl my hair again, but I'm going to be like, nah, we'll just work with the hairspray. By the way, if you like hairspray that like holds pretty good but brushes out and doesn't rip your hair out, this Moroccan oil, this one's the strong finish. It works really good. And it works for guys too. And it smells awesome. So just so you know, this is one of my favorite hairsprays. Trying to think what other ones. Oh, I just remember getting like penny candies. I miss getting penny candy because like I like Sour Patch Kids. I like Swedish Fish. Oh, you know what was cool? There's freaking like I gotta look on one of those, like, what is it, Old Time Candy. And remember the like sour cherries? Those things were kick-ass. I think I might need to I might pin this. Yeah. I think that needs to be pinned. So the sour cherries were freaking kick-ass. But the thing is, when you used to go to the like candy stores that like, you know, it'd always be like an old man or an old lady that like, or, you know, that like owned it, and they like lived like upstairs or something, you know? But, oh yeah, they still do have them, and my kids hate them. I'm like, how do you hate flying saucers? Like, what is wrong with you? They're literally like communion wafers with sprinkles inside them. Like, come on. My grandmother used to always have communion wafers in her like curio, and I always just wanted to eat them. Like, so it was funny. They were just like, no, they're like, these are disgusting. I'm like, I don't understand how they're disgusting, but okay. But anyway, back to the penny candy. So, you know, you can buy Sour Patch Kids, and the sour watermelons, now that they changed the colors, I don't think they taste the same. But nothing was like, because if you're not familiar with penny candy, and they don't sell them like this at Sam's Club anymore either. They used to come in a box, and then you would open that box, and there would be like a little like bag inside, and then you'd have to like peel it open. So it's open, and it's open to the air. If they sat out for a specific length of time, they would get a little crusty. And not in a bad way, because it's candy, it's sugar. Like, they just weren't like super fresh and too gummy, but they just had like a harder texture to them. Like, that was the best. Like, if they were too old, you were like, you're like, this store's got like a little bit too old a candy. But when they were just like dried out enough, it was like, those were the best penny candies like ever. So yeah, I think doing a candy thing. When I was on Brian's channel last week, I ate some of my jelly beans that were in my drawer since like August. So I think I'm going to have to go check out, I think Wegmans reopened their candy areas. A lot of places since the, you know, virus stopped. Even my local store, like the serve yourself candy's just friggin' gone. And I'm like, come on, man. Sometimes you just want like 5 gummy sharks, okay? I can't go anywhere and just buy freaking 5 gummy sharks or whatever. You're ripping me off. That's what you're doing. You're making me buy more than I actually want. Yeah, that's why I like the corners. The corners are the best. If you make brownies, Pampered Chef actually has, or you might even be able to find a cheaper one, but they actually have brownie pans with separate little areas. So it actually makes each individual brownie like all edges. So it makes them a little chewier, just so you're aware, Daniel. But I'm done, and I would love to chat more about candy, but I also don't want to talk so much that we don't have anything to talk about next time. So let me think. My phone's up here. 24th. Okay, so yeah, we will be Tuesday. I just got back up. Monday. I think we'll be in the beginning of March next week, maybe. I think so. I think that'll be around the. Oh, okay. Sorry. Yeah. So my channel is MultiFACEted with Nadine, and I do live tutorials every Thursday at 9 p.m. Eastern time. I do like doing lives just because I like chatting with all of you, because it's more fun than just talking about things by myself. I won't see, and I get ideas from talking to everybody. So, I wouldn't have thought about talking about the candy and stuff like that, because instead of speaking about, the things that go on only in my life or things that I bought, I like to talk to everybody else and get everybody else's idea on things while I paint my face and maybe have a drink or two. So check that out if you wanted to follow me on social media. The main one that I'm on is my Twitter. So my Twitter is at Hope Warrior 615, or you can just search Dangerous Phoenix. Do a lot of different random stuff. I'll post makeup, but also just things that I do throughout the day. So definitely check back, and we'll be doing things, a little different, just trying to find things out, what we got going on. And yes, so exactly. I was just reading the comments. So read the comments below, please. And I just wanted to thank everybody who came by, or whoever catches the replays. I do appreciate everybody's support all the time. If you have any suggestions, if you have any questions or anything like that, my email is in my bio on my YouTube. And I'm going to head out, and I will talk to you soon. Bye, Mr. Yeti. You have a great night too. Everybody have a good night. Bye.